And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. This is the SWB Fantasy Football Contest Week 3 recap. With me, as always, my co-host Joey Fantasy,
Hi guys, how you doing?
and our special guest this week is Mike Kiefer. I don't know what his team name means. It's like a
What
goat
up?
and I think a disco ball.
No, it's a CD emoji and a
Oh,
lamb emoji, which is a play on
got it.
CD lamb.
CD Lamb.
Yeah,
Oh, and most important, I'm your host, the real Get At Me, current number one owner in the league.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, welcome to my podcast, boys. So, Mike, I get one question before we dive in. We had another controversy this week, and it seems
we
like
did.
every time we have controversy, you're in the center of it. So, do you want to explain about Fabgate and what you
I,
started?
it wasn't even me.
Because
You
it
guys, I
sounds
hope you
like
guys
It
realize
sounds like Nick's taking a lot of credit for it, but I feel like you're the one that kind of pushed this through.
100% Nick. He was the one who he initiated the whole thing. I mean, I'm glad we did.
Still
And
got to
I'm glad
send
the
that to you.
topic was brought up. Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, he
I'm
needs
glad
to
the
talk
topic
about
was brought up, but I don't think I don't think there's any wrongdoing. It was all well intended, and I don't think there's any negative consequences for anyone. Like I don't think I think it benefits everyone moving forward. I don't know. It's not like previous years where the controversy's been
it. It has been too crazy
more
yet.
exaggerated. Yeah,
We'll
not
see.
yet.
We'll see what
Things
happens with
happen.
COVID gate. Everyone's trying to be weasels already.
There's a lot
Well,
of
what if I just
Well,
leave
yeah.
my guy in because I don't want to change anything? You got to give me the best guy on the waiver wire.
A bunch of amateurs.
I'm gonna get the tight end who accidentally scores 25 points because I'm gonna leave Eric Ebron in. All right. Anyways, Mike, why don't you take it away? What game do you want to start with?
I'm looking at the recap. I guess I'm the first game. Dean and I. What an uneventful game. Not much to say. I think we were the game of the week, Joe. Does that sounds right? I know there's some baby pictures of us, but I don't know. My team was pathetic. I just didn't have anything that happened that well. Dean had a couple 24.9s. That's cool. Same number. But yeah, when you have a few people go off like that, you're never gonna win. Wow, Joey Fantasy. You're still undefeated, buddy. You're still undefeated, boy.
Two of us are.
That undefeated gang. Did Ross's or no? Sorry, Joe. Your big trade it went through for this contest, right?
It did go through, but obviously Julio Jones was not a factor this weekend.
Right. Well, I mean, dude, 46.2 is fucking insane. Yeah, I mean, but Ross needs to step it. I know Ross has got a fine team. He's 1-2.
I mean, he was highest points the week before, so
right.
Just like Dom was this week. So if anything, I'd want to be playing Dom this week for sure.
Oh, for sure. I think there's a couple
I haven't scored under 125 yet.
Hey, someone's got to be the Jets, and I don't know. Do we already know who that is, Joe?
I mean, I guess we could say who that is, but
we don't have to. Let's not go there.
I gotta say, but yeah,
we don't have to. Joe,
it's still early.
What a week! You actually had some like on eventful performances, like Leonard, Mark Andrews. That like in a normal week, that'll fuck you. Harrison Butker missed a bunch of field goals, I believe.
Yeah, he had a bad week. It wasn't my greatest performance, but
right.
Like I've said many times, you put up 115, 120, you expect to come out with a win. So
right. Not that Ross would have had a different week had he started Josh Allen. It just wasn't his day. Oh yeah, Ross and I executed a trade, I guess, before this, prior to this game, but I don't think it really would have affected Ross had he still.
How is Ross benching Josh Allen right now?
That's what I was saying. Like I don't know how
he slept in.
He benched. Oh, what am I talking about? Josh Allen had like 40 points. That makes an insane difference.
Yeah.
I was looking at the projected. I'm looking at the projected numbers here.
It would have been a 30-point swing, I think. So
it would have.
He would have been at 104. So let's not get crazy, Mike.
No, we're not getting crazy, but it would have been a game. I guess that was a slaughtering.
I mean, that's going to go in that
was
overall
ugly
point total.
Right. Well, just like looking at run differential, like look at the next game. Dude, fucking Nick and Ammo. Nick literally doubled his score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick's got a squad. Holy shit.
It helps when your defense gives you 30 points.
Defense, 26-point defense.
That's nice. He's making some moves, and his team is not even healthy. So, I mean, he's definitely Nick's a contender.
Aaron Rodgers' revenge tour is working out well for him.
Right. He's going to get McCaffrey. I don't know how you guys feel about that trade that Nick and I did. Regardless of the fab, I think that helps him short term as well. He's got some good stuff going. Ammo, on the other hand, I want his team to be good. I actually do.
I honestly, it was the team everybody liked the most coming out of the draft.
We did. Well, he had a fucking steal with like MT. He's paid like $40-some. I don't know why everyone stopped bidding on him.
Montgomery's not performing. Michael Thomas.
Lamar's not
since week
right.
1. He spent $20 on Gronk.
That was a mistake. That was, I think he made up for all of the cash that he didn't spend on Michael Thomas on Gronk.
Yeah.
So right. And even Lamar, I mean, I think he'll be fine, but obviously.
Right.
I mean, Lamar's not a quarterback, though, so it is what it is. I expect this out of Lamar all season.
I expected regression as well.
I mean, I expect like QB 10 type numbers.
Oh, we'll see. But any week that you're hoping Jordan Akins and Marcus Valdez-Scantling, need to go off, and Darius Slayton, that's a group that I don't particularly love. Rodrigo Blankenship's having a good year so far. I like him. I like his specs.
Yeah, I mean,
Georgia.
David Johnson's your number 3 scorer on your team in a week. Right. You're gonna have a bad day.
For sure. I mean, his second leading score was his defense. So that's
who almost outscored Lamar Jackson.
Right. So. That's a tough week. Nick's got a solid team.
Let's move on.
This week. Yeah, team Rob picked. What a game! This was the game of the week here. 1.8 margin.
It was a close one.
It was a close one. We had.
It looks like Tyreek Hill had to come back and finish this one.
Seriously.
Dave's got to be pretty upset.
I would be losing like that on is that game Monday?
Yep.
Yeah, losing like that on a Monday.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Edwards versus Hill showdown.
And Rob had to be getting nervous because when the Chiefs were trying to run out the clock, I think Edwards-Helaire carried the ball like 12 straight times just to try to run out the clock, and then Mahomes would pass for first down, and then Clyde would just get the ball 3 more times and just chunking away like 8 yards of possession.
Right. If Rob had a couple of disappointing days too. If he actually gets more than 3 points from Goddard and Deion Lewis, his days also, he probably just has a greater margin of victory there. Dave, what happened with you, Dave? Yeah, Dave actually had a pretty good performance all around. Like everyone had a good game.
Gardner Minshew happened. He fell for the
he did have a bad
Thursday
game.
night.
Fell for the stash.
I don't like starting quarterbacks on Thursdays unless it's like.
Meanwhile, Drew Brees sitting there with 29 points.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a win. I mean, that's mismanagement, Dave.
And that's an easy win. He bid on the Miami matchup, which isn't the cakewalk it was last year for most quarterbacks, especially a Gardner matchup. So
that's true. This is a hot take, but Dave rosters Taysom Hill. I wonder.
Right. You could throw him in the flex on the tight end spot.
I guess. I mean, you're really rolling the dice on him.
You need the desperation.
Working out, right? I mean, yeah. If you can predict the game where he's like the 2 games a year when he scores a touchdown, that'd be cool. But I like my odds with other people. Yeah, good game. I like both these teams. Rob's got a squad. I guess he's got some questionable. No, he's got Hawkinson. I was going to say Goddard went down. But here's what it is. Bobo, get at me. What is it, $45 or $25? What's the weekly winning?
25.
Wow. What'd you do with that money?
Easy to haven't even looked at it yet. Probably gonna
send it to Brittany.
Probably gonna
so everyone knows I sent it to Brittany.
I'm probably gonna pay for some more fantasy pros.
That sounds responsible.
How do
you feel about your week, sir?
Yeah, Dom, let's hear it. How do you feel about your week?
How do you feel about your team? Let's hear you just talk about yourself.
I mean, we could talk about myself for a second. You roll into Thursday night. I see a tweet from some
That's
guy
great.
that I
And Bobby
follow.
had a decent week, and
And the guy's
let's move on to the next game.
The guy's like, if you're looking for player props to bet, James Robinson over 2 touchdowns, bet it. And I'm like, well, if this guy's betting it, then I'm going to parlay this into, I'm throwing him back on my team. James Robinson puts up 28 points. And after that, the week was pretty much over. I will say Bob gave me a scare at one point.
At what point was that?
What point was that?
When Joe Burrows and Derrick Henry were like scoring all these trashy touchdowns at the end of the games.
This is true. I think Derrick Henry had like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, like
right?
within like
in the
6 minutes
quarter,
of play time, It was like, the hell's going
on?
on?
Oh boy, I will say, anytime you have to start DeAndre Swift,
right? Nobody saw that coming out. He was only on the field for 9 snaps. If you guys have the player count. The snap count for the players, it was 9.
I do. That's
9
not a good thing.
snaps. I think he touched the ball
3
times.
Can I ask a question? Why does Bob not utilize his IR slot? Like Jimmy G is, I believe. First of all, you could just drop Jimmy G, put Georgie there, and that's two potential players that Bob could pick up. Bob made a big trade this week, I believe, with Mr. November, an Ingram for Scary Terry swap.
Scary Terry?
Yeah. Good for Nick.
Ingram.
Yeah, that's a coin flip on the Ravens boys. I guess there's 3 of them now.
Yeah.
Bob's got another tough week. Is Derrick Henry going to play? Will the Titans play? Who the fuck really knows? Wait, Dom, back to the Chiefs. Didn't how many of those bets did you play on Monday? 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12?
I didn't play any. I put it all on Mahomes.
Really? Didn't you? You didn't play the Chiefs cover and over 25.5?
No, I didn't. I played just the Chiefs plus the 3. I put everything I had on it. I bet the house, like I told Joey too.
I hope your wager boy is legit as you say he is.
I mean,
I faded all of his picks tonight. I'm going Miami money line, baby.
You guys are fleas.
He's a flea.
Excuse me.
And then you have Mahomes. You spend the money, you expect the guy to win you some games.
Hey, Joe, I think you would agree. Dom's team sucks. I don't.
Yeah, right. Look at my team.
This was a fucking.
Thank you.
Hey, this was your week.
We're done with Dom.
The fucking Marlins won a World Series once. Dom scores 150 points.
DK Metcalf's on pace for 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Oh wow! Congratulations. It should have had 6 more points, right? Because he was a fucking boob and dropped that touchdown.
He dropped the touchdown, plus he got
fumbled the touchdown.
He got -2 for the touchdown. So
right.
It was like it should have been a 12-point play. It was a 4-point play.
They should really just make that a 0.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, and then Robert Woods, another top 10 wide receiver.
Oh my God, he's not a top 10 wide receiver.
Oh,
Move on. Let's talk about Paul.
Consider to be your weakest opponent. Well, I love the guy, but I mean, it's got to be Chase.
Why do you guys got to do him like that every episode? You got to rip on Chase.
That was the match of the week that we had the podcast recorded, and Paul didn't lie. Apparently, he didn't lie.
I mean, it worked out for Paul. Well, I mean, at least.
I just can't wait to play that next week. Because it's going to be a little bit different. Because, Dom called him right out on it, was very disrespectful to Chase about it. I think the tides are going to turn here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't want to pull out the spreadsheet, but I think I'm 9-1 against Chase. I'm now 10-3 against Bob.
Those are some impressive stats.
Let's give Paulie his time of day here on air.
Michael, please. Can we? I'm sorry. Paul, just, wow. Let's just start there because you guys had a earth-shattering trade. That was probably the most dramatic thing that's happened so far this year. I will admit that I did hit accept for Paul with his discretion.
That's collusion.
It's not collusion.
I want the trade back, reverse.
Paul didn't want to do it.
I'm surprised. Yeah, man, fucking Alvin, dude. Like those two are just gonna carry his team all year. Literally.
Chris Godwin's out for the next 2 weeks.
I believe so. Melvin Gordon, the
John Brown's also out with a
Broncos
pulled
look
calf.
terrible,
I got Dean calling me.
I believe. Whoa.
Should we pull him in?
Oh man.
Dean, we're in the middle of a podcast. Do you have anything you want to say for this week's recording?
Yeah. What do I want to say?
You know what you want to say. Just say it.
I'm saying this is my year. The first ever two-peat. It's coming, baby.
Do you want to say anything about your victory over Mike this week? We got him on air.
Hey, Dean.
Mike's on air right now?
Mike's on
What's
air.
up, baby?
It's his week. He can't hear you, Mike, because I got the headset in, but Mike says, "What's up, baby?"
What's up, baby? No, I felt very good about my victory this week because Mike's got a solid team. And but we're going for we're going for gold this year.
I mean, you're sitting in fourth place right now, Dean. You're 2-1. You're starting to create a little bit of separation, and some of these guys that are powerhouses like Ross and Mike are kind of taking a back seat.
Really just it feels great, and I feel great going into week 4 here. So I'm here to create some more separation.
Well, you got me week 4, so that might be a little tough to do.
Yeah, well, you know what? I see the projections. I see them. They're a little higher right now, but you got some moves to make here with your defense if your Steelers aren't playing.
Well, that's what we're talking about a little bit earlier. So I think I'm just going to get whatever team scores the highest on the waiver.
Is that what
Yeah,
It's going to happen this week only.
Exceptions for this week are you just get the highest defense on the waiver wire.
Yep.
Everybody does.
All right. Well, if you get that, then I get the highest running back. If he gets higher than my my flex player, his points come from me.
You can have him. It's Leonard Fournette. But hey, I'll buzz you right back.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye. Sorry about that, boys.
It was great.
That's okay.
When
great
an
for
owner
the-
calls,
Great
you
for the
answer.
podcast.
Great for the podcast. Where were we? We were talking about Paul.
We were Paul and Chase.
Hey, bear in mind, Paul did everything that he did this week with a 0 on the board as well. That's impressive.
No kidding. Can I say something else, Mike, real
Juju.
quick? Paul's got something
Please,
really
please.
special happening possibly this week. He's approaching 60 wins. He's been just a fantastic owner, and I'd love to see him get his 60th win. We need to do something special for him.
I do. I wish everyone had iPhone because then we could send a text celebrating with like fireworks or balloons.
Right.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, I'm really rooting for Paul this week. I'm not sure who he's playing, but I'd really love to see him get to 60. It'd be
Is he
something
gonna
special
get-
for
is
us.
he gonna
I
get
am
to
too.
60? Oh,
Maybe.
special for him.
We'll see. I don't know. He's got some work to do, but I
Yeah.
love the amount of action that's taken place as far as trades so far this year.
I mean, 60's all right. 70's looking better. I'll probably get there this year.
You sure? How about playoff wins? How many playoff wins? Who leads the league in playoff wins? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
Are you
He's
going
on
to
this
tell
call.
us? Are you going to tell
It's
us?
me. It's
Is
me.
it me?
It's me.
I didn't
No, it's
think
me.
it was me, but
I
sure.
think it's Mike Kiefer with 9. I have it here listed. Rob the Rich is not too far behind.
Rob's got like 8, 7.
Doesn't look like Kiefer's going to get a chance to add to that record this year.
We'll see. I like how my group looks. What do you guys think of Chase? Do you think?
I think he's the real deal this year.
I mean, I think
You do?
You're gonna
Corbo
see it
set, I
this
think
week.
Corbo set him up real nice.
I think Corbo did a phenomenal job drafting. Like
I mean-
with the whole like handcuff thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you guys are on
classic.
air now. Why don't you clear the air? Were you guys upset with what happened there?
I was against it.
I was against it. I'll admit.
I mean, what's so? I mean, it's his $200. He could have whoever he wants draft a team.
No, he can't. Not unless he's in a hospital bed dying.
Why couldn't he have someone else
Because
draft his
he
team?
was perfectly able-bodied too.
Is it because you think you have a competitive advantage over him when he drafts the team? Is that what this is about?
Oh, because I think he's a bad owner? Yes. Does Chase take the credit if he wins this game next week? Or is Corbo? Who did I really lose to?
What do you think he had to pay Corvo to draft for him? Do you think it was?
don't
Do you think
know.
it was cash, or do you think it was like a service that Chase had like to provide or something?
I mean, he had to go to his house, so maybe he was making him breakfast. Corbo sounded over when we called him.
Oh, he definitely did.
And he's like, I don't know what's going on, guys. I just woke up. I could hear him rubbing his eyes, trying to really sell it.
Oh yeah, he yawned a couple of times, and I believe at one point he said that he was like really hanging out with Mark, which that sounds realistic.
Suspect.
It's very suspect. If anything, I think we might have to appoint a team to perhaps audit what happened.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just saying things.
I mean,
anyway,
Chase won his first game. He's now lost 2 in a row. He's going up against an absolute buzzsaw here in week 4. It's just not like.
Who's he have week 4?
Game of the week hasn't even been listed yet.
Oh, it's playing
the game
Dom.
of the
what
week.
am I talking about?
Absolute buzzsaw. I mean, Deshaun, Zeke, Amari, Ertz, they all get good matchups this week. He could put up.
And nobody
some
cares. The thing is, the attention of this game has kind of been not what it's normally because of the Tennessee Steelers breaking news this week. It's taking a lot of the coverage that normally the trash talking that happens between these two. So it's a little bit sad.
Right.
But I expect Chase
is trying to
wake up tomorrow.
He's trying to build up his excuses into COVID already.
I'm taking Chase -4.
Wow.
Chase is getting like 7, so you're going with the 8.
Chase is getting like 12.
Yeah, I might tease that game. I might have to tease that game a little bit. Like, Dom's got some boys. Dom? What do you think of the John? Can you look at the league analyzer in Fantasy Pros?
I can. What do you want to see?
You can. Well, I'm looking at the projected playoff standings, and you two right up there at the top. 8, 4, and 1 is what the algorithm predicts you guys will finish at, with a 94 and 93 playoff odds percentage respectively, and a 17% and 16% possibility of winning the championship. It's a lot of 7 and 6. I mean, like last year, it thinks that this is going to be very competitive, and there's going to be a lot of people within the game.
I'm in the power rankings tab right now for rest of the seasons. We got Joey Fantasy with the 100. The real get at me with the 97.
100?
And then there's a huge gap down to CD Lamb, I suppose.
What are you talking about? 97? That 3? Oh my gosh. 3 points is
no, I said a big right after Joe, it goes 100, 97, and then a big gap down to 89 where CD Lamb is.
No, it says I'm 90. It says I'm 97.
Are you at rest of season or are you at week 4?
I'm at rest.
What do you think it's going to say for you guys? You guys are paying them. Of course, they're going to tell you guys are the best. You guys are suckers.
No, what are you talking about? Even week 4, it has 2018 champ at 100. I'm at
Nobody
96.
cares.
No,
you know what they care about, Dom?
I just did
refresh. I'll refresh something. I'll refresh your memory. Look at the trophy. You ain't on it, Dom.
Just refresh your memory.
It's a very fair point. Hey, Joey.
I mean, it's telling you things that are lies. Let's see this.
So let's talk to let's tell the people that we speak to and our listeners what they want to hear. Mike, do you think anybody needs to hit the panic button yet?
Maybe. I think there's a couple teams that might be close.
Might be close. Well, I mean, you want to open it up, or are you just gonna?
I mean, well, we all know the one. I know he's expressed his concerns with many of us about
his playoff odds are at less than 7% right now.
Yeah, but I was talking to Chris earlier. Well, maybe it was the other day actually about this, and I know that he's a little worried. But when his team does get healthy, and I know he kind of sent out a silly text saying basically once everything on his team works out, he'll be better. His group isn't terrible.
Once my team keeps burning, I'm gonna release everybody.
I mean, I think he should really start to make some moves, and I think he needs to sort of reevaluate. Hey, it's not impossible to trade your entire team, and as I said, from rags to riches, make it to the championship game.
Yeah, there's
he has
time.
He has pieces to move. There's plenty of time. He's got pieces he can definitely move. You just got to find the right people to work with, and
I think he's got to find a win here in week 4.
I think so too.
What's his week 4 matchup here? Ross. It's projected to be pretty tight.
Yeah.
So, Mike, do you have any allergies or are you allergic to any food or anything like that? Maybe you want to get it on air now for anybody that might be cooking a meal for us.
I hope there aren't any loopholes taken with this punishment.
There is
There will
a
be.
couple already.
I think there could be.
There will be.
I've heard that there could
be.
be. I've heard that there could be a paid for, like a paid admission to
I've
this
heard
meal.
that as well.
Totally unacceptable. But Chase did, if I recall, I paid for that calendar right there.
Yeah,
I paid
I think we all
hard-earned
did.
money for that calendar. Yeah.
So
That's
there's
not
a loop.
cheap.
Someone will find a loophole every year, and unfortunately, this year the meal might not be compensated.
We just
by
need to
that.
change the whole league to the loophole league because it's all you guys
Seriously.
do all day. Just try to get
Cop out.
sleazy. Corbo drafting your lineup, selling your players, making up
Well,
fab rules.
How about? Well, I also with as far as the punishment goes, I would be thoroughly disappointed if we were served quick serve meal, like fast food, right? I think some effort has to go into this, whether that be thought or someone taking the time and consideration to cook us all a meal. But I think it has to be special. Like if we're presented Big Macs and chicken nuggets,
I mean, if I were to lose them physically, I can't. I would, I might throw some hamburgers on the grill for you guys, and maybe some wieners, and get like a big, Bob Evans style mac and cheese or some mashed potatoes. Grab some chips. We'd have a good time.
I would look forward to that.
And I'd take my loss like a man and just think, oh,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
funny. I wouldn't be sitting here going, how can I get out of this? And make
Right.
punishment for everybody else because I suck at fantasy football.
That's not the spirit in which any of this was proposed. And that was not the spirit in which the calendar was proposed last year, I can say, as someone who proposed the calendar. So
I was looking forward to having 12 months of just stupid pictures of Chase that would make me laugh
Right.
when I woke up in the morning. But
Right.
you know what? Instead, I got to look at my own beautiful face 4 months a year because the kid's just obsessed with me.
seriously.
If I came in last place, I think I told you, Mike, I'd get some Guidos catered for 15 guys. So
Oh,
we have
yeah.
a little bit extra,
I'd-
do a little cavatelli.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we'd have to invite Corbo.
I mean,
Yeah,
Corbo would be there.
Corbo's
And
gotta be there.
he'd eat for at least 2 guys. So
Seriously.
and that's
If
it. We'll
I-
have a little get together. It'd be nice.
Right. If I lose, I would hope to get like steaks, maybe, could do like some cool shit. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to think about that. Hey, you guys see the Indians are winning? That's cool.
That's cool. Just got the alert. We got 10 minutes, so we're over the 30-minute mark. Let's wrap this.
How many
up.
people get to the 30-minute mark in the podcast usually?
Everybody.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah. I guess I'll ask a quick question. How about you just name 4 guys you don't think that are making the playoffs this year? Instead of
Ooh, I
giving
like
your
this
power
game.
rankings.
Let me get back to the squads. 4 that aren't making.
Yeah, the 4 not going.
I hate to say, but Team Ammo, like it just, what's
right,
the
look.
stat they always say?
Low hanging
If you
fruit.
start up 0-3, yeah, you're not doing it. Sorry, bud. Love you. Want you to turn things around, prove me wrong. But as of right now, your playoff odds are at 10%. I don't see it happening. I see potentially Dave missing. I think he's got some missing pieces.
Do you think any of the 2-win teams so far?
Do I think any of the 2-win teams thus far missed the playoffs?
Rob,
It's a hot take,
Paul,
but
Dean.
I think Nick might miss.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my! I
Nick
can't
don't
wait till he
make
listens.
it
He
back
listens to
to
the
the band.
podcast too. I can't wait till
Yeah.
he hears that.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
Nicky
Nick, for
the
being a
cat.
loyal listener.
Send it, Nick, in the group when you listen to this. What your thoughts are of that comment?
Hey,
I can't wait for it.
Give us one more. So who do you have?
Oh, well, Dom, you
Ammo?
have the rankings as well, and that's what the rankings say. I'm saying, I think Nick's a fringe. I think Nick can make that 8 seed. Hopefully, Nick proves me wrong.
All right,
Ross?
Mike, I got a question for you.
Ross, does Ross make the playoffs? I don't know.
Oh, he's got some. He's putting up points right now.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Who are you for? Let's hear it.
We
We'll
don't
save that for our podcast.
Oh, okay.
But
We don't
my
time for that.
last question for you, Mike. out of the four owners who don't have a fantasy football championship ring, we're 3 weeks in the season. You got to pick one. Looking at the points, rosters, wins,
What does Fantasy Pros tell you?
who is going to be the first owner out of those four to get a ring this year if one of them got it right now based on what you see? And you don't have to go off Fantasy Pros, just your personal opinion.
Right. I don't think I can ask Fantasy Pros that specific of a question.
It actually tells you right here. I'm looking at it.
I didn't
Oh,
ask
you mean-
Dom, I didn't ask you. Mike, come on, we're running out of time here.
Right,
Out of those
right,
three,
right.
Bobby,
Let's
Ammo, Dom, or Paul, who pulls it off this year?
I mean,
You don't
I
wanna say
don't
it.
want to say. I'm not gonna say it.
You know what?
I can't say it. I
You
can't
know
say
what?
Paul.
You know-
Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paulie's approaching 60.
You know, what was I thinking? You know, really, you know what? No, let me make a retraction from my previous statement. I think Nick does make the playoffs. I think the real get at me is the 2-win team that misses.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
on.
I like it. I know where
Yeah.
you're going with this.
Wait
I
until this-
couldn't
wait
agree
until
with you
this-
more.
Wait until this tiebreaker screws everybody when I got
Oh,
that
it's
one
I hope the tiebreaker causes a fucking mess. You know?
I'm not
There's-
going to
there's-
unsort it out this year. I'm going to
There's
let you
gonna
guys
be-
just cry.
There's gonna be so many guys sitting there at 6 and 7, and I'm gonna have that half game lead on all of them that I don't even need to win 7 games to get in. So I'm already halfway there
Hey,
to my 8th record-breaking playoff appearance.
You're
All
the
right.
best, Dom.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for saying that. Can you make sure you clip that? Play it every day. All right, guys, we are out of time. We got 5 minutes left, and I don't think anybody's probably listening anymore. So that's it for the SWB Fantasy Football Podcast. Just remember, I'm your host, The Real Good At Me, my co-host, Mr. Joey Fantasy.
And just remember, I'm your 2013 champion.
2017 champ.
And the 2017 champ as our special guest. Hope everybody enjoyed the show, and also look out for our YouTube page.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I got you,
That's right.
Joey.
Thanks,
Peace.
Mike.